it's Whitney with messengerspirit.com, and today we're going to be talking about, are you being spiritually hijacked? And I should ask you, are you allowing yourself to be spiritually hijacked? So if you're wondering what in the heck I'm talking about, I'm going to present it to you in 3 different ways. The first way that we can allow ourselves to be spiritually hijacked is when we allow ourselves to conform with someone else because they're not on board with our belief systems. I see this quite a bit with people that know they're intuitive, but want to open up, but their friends and family might think that something's really off if they do it. And I see this a lot more so in relationships where perhaps this person really wants to open up and their spouse just thinks it's all hogwash. And so if that's you, you would be allowing yourself to be spiritually hijacked by not following your path. So you're actually allowing someone else to take you on their path versus here's you, and you need to be going this way. But because of fear, or because you may even have ego or guilt or whatever, you're afraid they're going to get angry, or you don't want to change your life because you're so comfortable the way it is, even though you're not comfortable because you want to change, you're allowing yourself to go down their path and not your path. And that's when people get way off course. So for years, they'll allow themselves to go down this other path. And then all of a sudden they'll have like a spiritual crisis, or they're like, what have I been doing for myself? And so they have to get back on their path. And if that has been you, that's okay. You can get back on your path. You can, if you're sitting here listening to me saying, that is so me, or that's who I was, then you already know if that's who you were, then you can always get back on your path. And if you don't know, I'm telling you right now that you can. So we don't want to do that because sometimes we think it's more comfortable, but really when we're not walking our own path, it just becomes more uncomfortable, more uncomfortable, more uncomfortable until we have to write it at some time. Now, another way, the second way that we can allow ourselves to be spiritually hijacked is when we feel like we can't do something new on our spiritual path without support as far as doing something together in a partnership. So sometimes we just think we can't move forward without a partner. Rest assured, you always have partners. Your partners are your spirit guides. But sometimes we won't go to that class without someone else saying it's okay. So we're waiting for approval is really what's happening. Or perhaps you want to start a spiritual business and you're like, I just can't do that without a partner. And so thoughts of, I'm not good enough, thoughts of, well, that's just a crazy thought that I have, but I don't know how I could ever do that. Or thoughts of, well, I'm going to be the only person there, and I don't know if I can deal with that. It's just going to feel weird. So those things can come up. But when you're allowing all these excuses to bombard your mind, you are allowing those thoughts to spiritually hijack you, meaning off of your path and not where you need to be. I see this quite a bit with people who want to start their spiritual business, or they want to do readings, or they want to do healings, or something. It doesn't even have to be in the spiritual market. It can be something completely else. But they feel like they need a partner and they don't really believe in themselves that they can do it. I was there, and I was also there on the first answer I was giving you and the first reason. So I can totally relate to all these things I'm saying to you. When I really was starting my business and when I was moving forward, doing events and things like that, there was a time that I thought I couldn't do it by myself. I thought perhaps I wasn't good enough, or I didn't feel confident enough, or I just wanted somebody else to help take that pressure off. Hey, if that's you, please know that you can do this and you don't need anyone else to do it with you. You already have people that are called your spirit guides that are going to help you. Now, I totally believe in support, and if you want support and you don't have it, you can always go to our free Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/intuitive tribe, to talk about all things spiritual topic-wise and metaphysical and intuition. But if you are saying to yourself, I need somebody to do it with me, then that is something that's holding you back because of the doubt and the confidence. And then the next thing, it just leads into this third way, is when we think we need a friend, or we feel like we've made this commitment to one of our friends that we're going to do this spiritual hobby. And so maybe it's not your friend, maybe it's your sister, maybe it's your aunt, your mom, your spouse, and you're only doing this together, and it's like your spiritual hobby. Maybe you take classes together. Maybe you meditate together. Maybe you go to yoga together, whatever it is. But when we do that, on the positive side, it can give you accountability, right? But when we allow it to control our path, we're being spiritually hijacked. So we're like, well, I can't go to that yoga class because my friend's not going to that yoga class. And so I promised I'd do it with her. And so you're allowing that excuse to hijack your path. You don't want to do that. You only want to do things that are in alignment with you specifically, right? And so knowing that when we make commitments to somebody else, more so on the spiritual path, knowing that you need to give each other the flexibility. Now, let's just be real about this and relate. Have you ever had a spouse or a partner or just a friend that you always watch a certain TV show together? And if one of you watches that TV show without the other one, you have hell to pay. So now taking that concept and applying it to what I'm talking about, taking a class together, going to meditate together, anything that's more in the spiritual realm, then you might feel like you're locked in a contract and you can't get out because you promised you would do this with each other. Please know that it's going to be important for you to allow yourself to explore new concepts. Allow yourself to move forward in the spiritual way. It's nice to have a friend, but not if it holds you back. So if you feel in your gut like you need to go do something, please go do it. So hopefully you have heard and felt and listened to all the things that I'm saying. And if you fall in any of those categories, I would love for you to consider yourself and say, you know, I really need to realign with my path. Because when we are in alignment, we are good to go. And we don't have all those doubts and things that are so heavy holding us back. So I would love to see you inside of our free Facebook group, but I would also love for you to take my free quiz. And so if you want to visit the Facebook group, again, it's facebook.com/groups/intuitive tribe. And if you want to find out the primary way that you receive your spiritual messages so you can communicate with your spirit guides so that they can tell you what the next steps are on your path, you can go to messengerspirit.com/quiz. All right, bye for now.